Oh, Gibor Alan,
Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov.
how are you?
Wonderful, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem.
Good,
How's your
good.
the Shabbos Hanukkah? How was that? Oh,
Was nice.
yeah, you have the kids over playing dreidel?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
The big turnout in the shul today?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty full, but
Uh-huh.
nothing.
Must like spectacular,
No,
yeah.
no standing room only.
Okay. Yeah. We had about 50 people for Bechamarv today.
Wow. You
People
have
the
to
neighbor.
start. You have to
Yeah.
start enlarging your home.
I know, I gotta do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta do it. Yeah.
No neighbors complain.
Nah, no, they're not. Got pretty good neighbors. I have a lot of from people in the neighborhood. That's where most
Oh,
of the
okay.
people. Yeah, yeah. That's where they come from. They're not. They don't come from. They
Oh,
come from
wow.
around here within a couple of blocks. They're not. At least I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I don't take away from the shuls. That's my whole purpose of not to take away from the shuls.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Mario, Shavua Tov.
Shabbatov,
So
Walter,
too, Walter. Yeah,
you look very sporty.
you all dressed
I'm a,
up for Chol, huh?
I'm a
What's tomorrow?
sporty guy. Hanukkah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you go to golf tomorrow. What time's your tea time?
My tea time is at 8:40, but I go to Yavne. I'm in Young Israel for davening.
Oh, you got the early mania there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mario, she was fantastic by us, this lady. You went to hear Miriam Perez?
Oh, no,
Mm. Okay.
I was too tired, so I slept through.
All right. That's okay. That's a good thing.
Who was
Okay,
that?
Estia,
This is the lady whose son was killed.
2 sons.
Two
Oh
sons,
boy.
yeah. I heard the once already.
It's amazing.
Well,
She was excellent.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, she's excellent.
Wow. She's yeah.
Okay, just lock the door here. It's not cold. Harold, well, Harold doesn't look sporty. I want to ask you.
What's
let me
that?
see. Oh, yes.
They're giving me a hard time.
What's that? Where are you?
They
You're
say,
outside, Walter?
yes, I'm
That,
outside. I'm waiting for the shear. I'm going to walk.
I like your color, Harold.
And my color? Yeah. The rainbow.
Yeah.
I
LGBT.
have a
I have to
yarmulke.
start asking myself, why are you wearing it?
By the way, Harold, I have a
Yeah.
yarmulke that matches that.
You do? How often do you
I
wear
do.
it?
It's a South African flag. I didn't realize it, and then one day
Oh.
What, are
I'm
they all gay in
wearing it.
South Africa?
They said, oh my God, you
We're losing you.
well.
Your internet is bad, Walter.
No, I said it's the South African colors or
Oh,
that same color as the rainbow, this
interesting.
flag. So I was last year at a school reunion, for 50 years. So they gave out yarmulkes with those colors. And then I didn't know anything about that. What do I know about that? I came back here and I wore one Shabbos and they said, you too? So it was
People are very harsh. Very harsh. Hi, Ernie.
Hi,
Ioni, Shavua Tov.
hi, Shavua Tov.
37.
Yes, 37. Lamed Zion. Yisrael remain in stricken Prusbul. Normally, if you make a loan, so Shemitah prevents the person from having to pay back the loan. except you write a prusbul to a certain star where the document for the loan is given over to Bezdin. And because Bezdin owns it, Hillel Azokin was Masakin prusbul, that the Shemitah doesn't wipe that away. Now, Bezdin is viewed as the executors of all Yisomim. So they don't need a special document, a prusbul. It's assumed that the loans made to Yisomim, or that they inherited, Shemitah would not wipe it away. Rabbi Gamliel veis dino avin shel Yisomim ayu, because Rabbi Gamliel was the father of all Yisomim. Chanan Bisha, Chanan the Russia, slapped his friend's face. Also, they went to Ravuna. Amarle, Zilhavle Pagid. It's the fine we said was a half a zuz. Pay him half a zuz. Havle zuz Makkah. He had like a half a zuz that was a deformed coin. The guy who was slapped refused to accept the payment. He said it was a bad currency. So he slapped him again. The oven gave him the full silver dollar, right? He had a 50-cent piece that was ugly. So he slapped him again to be able to give him the full dollar. Mishnah. Shorshu muad lamino. Ve'ena muad l'shenim. Let's say an ox has gored other oxen, but has not gored horses. So it's muad for oxen, not for anything else. Muad l'adam ve'ena muad l'behema. And if it has gored people, but not animals, it's not muad for animals. Muad l'ktanim and a muad l'gdolim. If it was muad for small animals and not muad for big animals. Esher muad la b'sham nezek sholim. That which he established muad, he pays nezek sholim. The shena muad la b'sham chatzi nezek. Amr l'fnei Rabbi Yehuda, reiz zeh muad l'shabosei. Ve'ena muad l'chol. Does that work? Let's say you have an ox that only gored on Shabbos and not during the week. He said, yes, Amr lahem. The Shabbos is Misham Nezek Sholem. Masachol Misham Chatzi Nezek. And the aim is Sayu Tam. When does he become a Tam? He goes through 3 Shabbosos and he doesn't gore, then he goes back to being a Tam.
Why doesn't Shabbos get charged the full amount? Why?
What was that, Mario?
It says here, for goring on Shabbos, pays full damages. During the week, half damages. Why?
This is a case where the animal only gored 3 Shabbos in a row.
Yeah.
And it never gored during the weekday. So it becomes muad regarding goring on Shabbos. So when it gores on Shabbos, it pays nezek sholim, like a muad.
Oh,
and if it gores during the
okay.
week, you only pay half nezek.
Okay.
Itmar Razvidam. Ve'ena muad. That which the Mishnah says, it's ve'ena muad, the behema, to its a different min. We know for sure that it has not gored the other types of animals. And if we know for sure, then it pays chatzi nezek. Rav Papa Amar eina muad. So he learns in a positive way that if we know it's muad to a certain species, we don't automatically say it's muad to other species. Which implies hastama. If we don't know what it is, then we assume it's muad to everything, including other species. Rav Papa says opposite. That means if we don't know the facts about this animal, we treat it as non-muad. And as a non-muad to the other species, even if it was muad to this species. Razvid daik mi seifa. Razvid made a deduction from the seifa. And Rav Papa daik mi reisha. Razvid daik mi seifa diktoni. Mud liktani, ve'ena mud likdonim. The animal had gored little animals, but not big ones. So, iyamrit bishma ve'ena mud ktani. which means hastama havi. That means if we didn't know what it was, it would be a mu'id. So now there's a chiddush, hakamash malon, shafilu miktanim l'gdoilim. That means if it's mu'id for ktanim, we're not sure it would gore big animals. So it's a chiddush to say mistama havi mu'id. Even if you don't know, we would say it is a mu'id. Eli amrit aina mu'id ktani, which means stama lo havi mu'id, where if we didn't know what it was, it would not be mu'id for a different species. So hashta yeshlomer miktanim liktanim the alma stama lo havi. If we didn't know information, we wouldn't even say it's mu'id for other small animals. Lo havi mu'id miktanim likdoilim strichel nema. Then certainly, even if it was mu'id liktanim, we wouldn't jump to the conclusion and say it was mu'id likdoilim. So Rav Zvid learns it's ve'ena mu'id. It's dafka's got to be clear to us that it's not mu'id to another species, and then it pays chatzi nesek. Rav Papa Armalacha, it's trich. You need the way the Mishnah learned. Saketat chamina. I would have thought hoil uparetz bei ba'umina. There is a certain species that this animal has now become used to goring. And therefore we would say paretz bei. Maybe we would say it therefore has a tendency to gore all animals. Whether they were big or small. That if it was mu'ad l'ktanim, we wouldn't automatically say that it jumped the gun and it's mu'ad l'gedolim. Rav Papa Daik Miresha, Diktani, mu'ad la'adam and mu'ad l'behema. That if the animal has gored human beings, we don't say it automatically will gore animals. So that makes sense. Which means means if we just meet an animal, we don't know what it is. We don't assume that it's mu'id. So hakamash malon shafilu me adam lebeim. That means even though the animal is proof to us that it gores animals, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to gore human beings, right? Stama lo havi mu'id. And then we said hastam havi mu'id. That means if we didn't know what the animal was, we would assume it's mu'id. So what's the chiddush? We would assume that it's mu'id to other animals. So me'adam leveim tzrich lemeimar to have a mu'id. What kind of chiddush is that? How does Rav Zvid answer? Rav Zvid Amalacha. Reisha achazor koi. It's not on becoming a mu'id. It's getting out of mu'id status. Kigon. David mu'id la'adam and mu'id lebeima. The animal has become mu'id for humans and animals. V'hadar bei bebeima. And then it lost its mu'id status. How? The koi gabebeima tlosim zimni v'lo nogach. It was around other oxen and it didn't gore. But it didn't go back on goring Adam. Maybe Chazar Shel Behema love Chazar. So it's got to show us Chazar to both. No, Kamash Malon, Chazar Shel Behema, Mia Chazar. At least it takes what it gets. If it was Chayzer for Behema, it works.
How can he go back from Mud Adam when the decree on that behemoth is to be kill him? I mean, he's supposed to be killed after the first one. So how can they go back to become had that stigma? He's got the key of being killed. So can
let's say
resort back to town?
Let's say there was no Adim.
So how would you make him become a mu'ad if he's no Adim?
We know it gored. We know it gored, but maybe there were no Adim, or the Adim were puzzled in Besdin. Or
so it can never become. It can't become a mu'ad then. It can never become.
Okay, so Besdin hasn't had the opportunity to kill it yet, and then it was around 3 other people, and it didn't gore them, so it loses its mu'ad status. at least for Adam. Let's say there was
So
never
this-
Amada Bedin to say he was killed yet. Let's say there were Aiden, but they haven't adjudicated the case completely.
So if they did, then he would be chayav. Would be chayav both be killed and to pay for the chatzin
No.
for the next
He-
one.
No.
He has not been. You're asking,
Okay,
how is the animal still around
well, I
in order for all
understand it
this to
wasn't
happen?
Amada Badin.
So there was not a Bedin, or they didn't adjudicate it completely yet.
So
So-
then if they did Hamada Badin on the next time after he became from a muad back to Tom, so he'd still be a chayav misa, and he'd have to pay chatzi nezek.
He's only chayiv misa. He's only chayiv misa if he kills the person, not if he damaged the person.
No. But he killed 3 times Adam.
He
killed
didn't
Adam
kill.
3 times.
Elazar, we're not talking.
Well, how did he become
about
a muad
case-
then?
He became a muad for damages. He gored and caused damage. He gored and caused damage. Now he's a muad to goring. Now he pays nezek sholim.
Okay,
But he
not
didn't-
okay.
he doesn't-
I
he
see.
doesn't
It's
get
not-
killed
not
because
killing.
he didn't
Yeah,
kill
he
it.
didn't kill.
He didn't kill. You only kill the animal if he kills a human being.
All right. So we're not talking about killing a human being. Yeah. Okay.
No, we're talking about muad lenezek,
I
muad
see.
for damages, which is different. You pay nezek sholim versus chatzi nezek. Mason, sum chasam, muad la'adam, muad la'behem, mikav v'chomer. Ma la'adam muad la'behem la'koshekin. If he's muad for a human being, he certainly should be muad for an animal. Umichlal, from that, you learn the Tana Kama ain't a muad kama. That stamazoi, he would be an muad like Rav Papa. Amar l'charazvid, sumchas achazara koi. Sumchas is not going on establishing muad, but on getting out of muad. V'achi kama the Tana Kama. This is what he says to the Tana Kama. Dika amrit, that which you say chazar mebeim chazar, he was muad lebeim and muad lad. He was choisin from beim, but not from adam. So maybe I would say chazar lebeim alav chazar yimikav chomer me'adam. Uma me'adam lo kamahader bei. We haven't seen him go back on being a muad from a human. Mebeim lo koshaken. He certainly shouldn't go out of it from an animal. Aravashi toshma. Amar lifnei Rabbi Yehuda. Can you become a muad? Josh?
Yeah.
Could you get me a napkin, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Josh, the kids are watching a movie, right? It only gores on Shabbos. So shiulu the kashayula. What's the din with the shore that's not muad for the weekday? And he answered the din. It's nezek shalim on Shabbos, chatzi nezek during the weekday. Elai amrit einamur tani, v'chiyat gemuri udikomak merlei, and we're teaching halacha, and that if even though you're muad l'Shabbos, you're not muad l'yomim acherim. The su iu maikom hadalu. What kind of answer did he give? They themselves said he's not muad l'masachol. Amar Rav Yanei, Mereisha nami deka. You can be medayik from the Reisha as well. The Tani, et shemuad lo, that which he became a muad for, Misham is ekshalim. Et she'ein muad lo, Misham chatzi nezek. Iyamrit bishma ve'ein muad Tani. Like Rav Zvid, Prushka Mafarishma. He's explaining the halacha. that in this case where he's not muad for another type of thing, only on that thing he pays as a trump. It doesn't extend automatically. And liyamer ain't muad ktani. So Pascha, he was kovea halacha psuka that for other species is not a muad. So Maisu, what else is he explaining? Esh shemuad lo mishlam nezek shalim, esh shemuad lo mishlam chati nezek. Ad hashtam losh me'inon. We've known this from the beginning of Bava Kama. V'itim Saloimar, Nami Isa, maybe we'll say Librav Papa, and that if you're muad for one species, you're not muad for something else. Nogach Shor Chamor V'Gamo, Nasamud Lakol. That if he gored an ox, a donkey, or a camel, he becomes muad, and he did. So he gored 9 times. No, he gored 3 times. But he gored 3 different species. Once you gored 3 different species, you become a Tarabana. Ra'ashor v'naga. And then he saw shor v'lo. He saw an ox he didn't gore. Shor nagach, shor lo nagach. Shor nagach, shor lo nagach. He skipped one. Nasamud l'siruk and l'shvar. So every second shor that he gores, he would be a muad for that. And for the middle ones, at least up until he became a muad, he would be a tam. And he would only pay chatzi nesa. Tarabah. Rosh or Naga. And then he saw Chamor Lona. Sus Naga. He saw a horse and he gored Gama Lona. Pered, the donkey Naga. A rod, some kind of wild donkey. Lona. Not Samud Sirugin. He becomes Samud every other animal that he gores, no matter what, he becomes Samud. He boiled it. Nogach shor b'shor, chamor v'gamol. He gored 5 animals. High shor basra, the last shor, does it count as number 3 in the sequence shor? Right? Basra shnei shvarim, she didn't lay as a muad for shor. But then we would say v'akati rak b'shvarim with the iyayid. He would only be a muad for short. The midiachrini loyat, but for other species, no. Oy dilma, high shor basra. Here, come here, Joe. Oh. Joe, come here. Come here. Joe, come here. Want to show you? Want to see your grandfather? Here, we have someone's grandson who wants to hear the Daf Yomi. This is Joe Orenbach, Walter's grandson. You see Walter here? Yeah. This is
a beautiful boy.
A kid.
And here's Ben.
How old is he?
Ben, you're learning Daf Yomi?
They're watching you.
Okay.
He's 2.
Oh, Dilma, Walter, he's learning. He's been listening to the Daf Yomi.
Okay, good.
Here, Joe.
Maybe
Joe, we
he
want
can
to see you.
do Hazara with me afterwards.
Come here. No. You don't want to see him?
He's guy safe.
Okay. Late. Okay. Oy Dilma, Hi Shor Basra, Basra Chamor V'Gamosha didn't late. Maybe we say the last shore should be attached to the Chamor V'Gamal, the Adle Lekulamini, and then he becomes a muad to all animals. By the way, all these questions are going to be left as teku. We ask Chamor Gamal Shor, Gord a Chamor Gamal Shor, then Shor B'Shor. Now, do we attach it to the camel and the donkey, the Ida Lekulamine, and it becomes a muad to all animals? Oidilma, Basar Shnei Shvorim Shadin. We connect it to the last 3. The Akati Lishvorim with the Yad, Lemina Queen, Loyad. We say it's only a muad for Shorim and not for the other animals.
Yeah, but he did
Shabbos, Shabbos, b'Shabbos.
the first
Echad
three.
b'Shabbos, b'Sheni b'Shabbos. It gored 3 Shabbosim in a row, and then after the last Shabbos, it gored on Sunday and Monday. So Shabbos, Sunday, Monday. Hi Shabbos Basraisa. Basra Shabbos Shadina Lane. The third Shabbos. Do we? Benny, can you take Joe to your room and play there? Can you go? Can you show Big Joe your room? Car, I know. Go to the room and then you'll come back later. Okay? Thank you, Ben. Good. Show me your room. Good boy. He listens like such a good boy. Thank you, Ben. Who is that? Oh, hi. Yeah. So, Shabbos Basraisa, Batra Shabbos with the Shadin and Lake. Do we connected it to the first 2 Shabbos and it becomes Mudla Shabbos? Or Dilma Basra Echad b'Shabbos v'Sheni b'Shabbos Shadin and Lake. The Iyayda Lekuliyoma. If it gores 3 days in a row, it becomes Mud all the time. Then we ask, Chamishi b'Shabbos, Erev Shabbos v'Shabbos. B'Shabbos v'Shabbos. Ma. Ha Shabbos Kamaisa, the first Shabbos. Basra Chamisi b'Shabbos, Erev b'Shabbos. Do we connect it to Thursday and Friday? The Iyayda Lekuliyoni. Oy Dilma Shabbos Kamaisa, Basra Shabbos is the Shadin Lake. Maybe we connect the first Shabbos to the other 2 Shabbosim. Well, the Shabbos is who the Iyayda. How do we answer? Teku. Nogach Shor, Yom Chamisha Asar B'Chodesh Zeh, Yom Shisha Asar B'Chodesh Zeh, Yom Shiva Asar B'Chodesh Zeh. Tishrei, Cheshvan, and Kislev. It gored on the 15th of Tishrei, the 16th of Cheshvan, the 17th of Kislev. Look at the Rabu Shmuel. Dietmar. A woman who sees neither blood, we're establishing her veset. When does she see blood? First time. So a woman sees it on the 15th of this month. She shots her b'chodesh zeh, 16th the next month. She votes her b'chodesh zeh. Rava Merkavalo veset. She established a veset, which means every 30 days and 1 day is her vessel. It's not the date that did it, it's the extra day. So if she does it 3 times in a row, so on the 4th time, then it's established as the kriyas. Amarav, Shama kol shoifer v'naga. Kol shoifer v'naga. Kol shoifer v'naga. The animal here is a shoifer and gores. Nas a muad l'shoifer. So it becomes a muad with shoifer. Pshita, how to say ma. Hach shoifer kamos yuta ba'ama udunakta. The first shoifer blowing, he just established fear. And that's why he gored. And it's not, that first one is not enough to make it a muad. Kamash Milan, that it does work. Mishnah. This Mishnah is going to be a little bit politically incorrect. Shor shel Yisrael shenagach shor shel hekdesh. V'shel hekdesh shenagach l'shor shel hedyoid potter. If a shore of a Jew gores a shore that belongs to hekdesh, or vice versa, in both cases potter. Shenemar v'chi yigav shor ish et shor re'ei. The Lord shor shel hekdesh. Similarly, shor shel Yisrael shenagach l'shor shel goy. A Jewish ox gores an ox that belongs to a non-Jew potter. But shel goy shenagach l'shor shel Yisrael, a ox owned by a non-Jewish person that gores a Jewish ox, bein tam bein muad b'shat nezek shal, pays full nezek. Masnis is the law of Shimon ben Manasseh. The Tanya, shor shel hedyot shenagach shor shel hekdesh. V'chein shel hekdesh shenagach shor shel hedyot potter. Shnever shor re'eyu v'lo shor shel hekdesh like our Mishnah. Rav Shimon ben Manasseh, I'm shor shel hekdesh shenagach shor shel hedyot potter. But shor shel hedyot shenagach shor shel hekdesh, a private shore that gores a shore of hekdesh, bein tam, bein muad misham nezek shalom. Amri, my kusav Rav Shimon ben Manasseh. What does Rav Shimon ben Manasseh hold? If we follow Re'eyu, then why should you have to pay if you gored Egdish? Then when Hegdish gores a private person, they should also be chayiv. That really a short Hegdish that gores a Hedyot potter. But Hedyot kinogach shel hekdesh hainu time out the mechayv, you shouldn't come lay mikal v'chaymer. Uma Hedyot shenogach Hedyot chayiv. When our ox gores my friend's ox, we're chayiv. Kinogach shel hekdesh lo kol shekei the mechayv. However, if you can learn through a kavachaymer, we have a problem. Dayu love and adil yos committed. If you learn from a kavachaymer, you can never learn more than what you learned from. And since you're learning from malahal and top chatzi nezek, achanami by hegdish should also be chatzi nezek. How come he said that if hegdish gets involved, you pay nezek shalom? El amrei shlakish hakol hayu b'chlal nezek shalom. Misvara, anyone who does damage should pay nezek shalom. It should part of the Re'eyu. Gabi Tam. It says shor Re'eyu by a Tam. To take it out of the general rule. So if you're going to take it out of the rule, Re'eyu who the Tam B'Shalom Chatzei Nezek. Michlal Hekdesh bein Tam bein Muad B'Shalom Nezek Shalom. The Imkei Nichtav Kral L'Hai Re'eyu Gabi Muad. The pasuk Re'eyu could have been written by an ox that became a wood. It wrote a batam to tell me this din is different. Okay. Tomorrow we will learn at 7:30, our regular time.
The case of the gore, if a